Alright, here's my video response for Sultan of Shinola's contest, subscriber contest. This is about the 1000th time I've tried to make this video, so it's going to be sloppy, but we're going to get through it. Declaration of Independence, Constitution of the United States, Citizens Rule Book. These are all important documents that I read. And I think it's important to read documents such as this because it's not just junk that somebody conjured up in a corner somewhere. These are documents that have withstood the test of time. These are documents that are the rules, the guidelines. This is the playbooks right here. This is the way the government was designed and made to run. These are the manuals that should govern the United States of America, and they don't. And going over, you know, and people will say, oh, you're nuts, come on. Of course we still go by the Constitution. Well, yeah, we do to a certain point, but not entirely. And yeah, there needs to be some changes. And seeing that I've been trying to make this video for a week now, and I keep getting bound up because there's so much information and so much points to talk about, I'm gonna, you know, just burn through it, brother. What does the Constitution mean to me? I just told you. This is the playbook. This is how we run the country. And when you don't, it's going to fall apart. The end. Are we still living in a constitutional republic? Yeah, that's a question for the president. When he takes his oath and he swears to uphold the Constitution of the United States, just like most peace officers in California and every other state, and then you do the exact opposite? Come on. You know, you can be the world's nicest guy, molest a child, and say, hey, I'm still the world's nicest guy. But you know what? We don't give a shit about that. You need to pay for it. Well, that's what the president's doing. Yeah, I'm the world's nicest guy. Look at me. Look at all I've done. Blah, 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 blah. Lip service. But he's the molester of the Constitution. And it all washes out in the end, good or bad. And that's what we're going to see here in a few, you know, especially with the presidents to come. If we remain free from our quest of being world police, I guess, and controlling every other country with foreign oil or natural resources. So are we living in a constitutional republic? No, unfortunately not. People are so preoccupied with their own personal agendas that they don't realize what these men fought for, our founding fathers. And it's disgusting, but it's hard to blame people when they've got responsibilities and they've got their own lives and their own futures to safeguard and take care of. So I don't blame anybody, but when it all washes out in the end and you're sitting in a concentration camp, there's no one to blame but yourself. And I know that's a little far-fetched, and that's my opinion, and I'm entitled to it because of the Constitution. Sorry. Relevance in the Constitution, will it have? What relevance will the Constitution have in the future? This right here, if you were to drop somebody on a foreign land, if you went and landed on the moon and you brought people to it and repopulated the moon, and you brought just these documents here, you could recreate America. You can recreate the United States. You can recreate peace and harmony and fairness. And you can recreate rule of law and the courts having decisions and the states and breaking it down. And this is like I said, the playbook. This is how you do it, and this is how you do it right. And when you veer from this, from time to time, as men and women, we will veer from this, especially in our government. But you can always turn back around and do it the right way. Court of Appeals. There's other ways of doing stuff like this and getting it done properly. And what we're seeing is people just don't care. They just want to watch their TV shows and do whatever the heck they want on their own time. And I don't blame them for that, but it's wrong, and we're going to pay for it in the end. people fighting and arguing over the Constitution. That's a good one, because I hear people fight, you know, quite a bit in my profession, and sometimes it's about the Constitution and between other officers or whatever, and it's kind of nuts to see how little people know about their Constitution, about a document that should be the most important document that we own. And I'm one-handed here, so I'm not going to really go on this too much in depth, but you know, Declaration of Independence was adopted July 4th, 1776. Publicly announced the world. One unanimous decision of the American colonies to declare themselves free and independent states. So, on another point right here, I'm going to talk about the oath of office. This is an oath that I had to give when I became a peace officer, and it says, well, I'll just give you a brief explanation here. Individual, except the president, except the president, elected or appointed to an office of honor or profit in the civil service or uniformed services, shall take the following oath. It starts out, I'm just going to start at the beginning. I do solemnly swear or affirm that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic. Well, if you look at that, and that's the oath that I took, I'm going to defend the Constitution. And if for some reason the government backslides and they want the, it's far-fetched, y'all. Just don't get too hopped up about it. They send the military after civilians. I'm going to pull out this document, and I'm going to do what I have to do to defend the Constitution, because that's the oath that I took. I did not take the oath to defend my government. I did not take the oath to defend a dictator. I took the oath to defend this document here, and it's very precious to me and very dear to me. And without these documents, we'd pretty much be lost, you know. And of course, just like the kings, and just like all these other countries that are run whichever way they want, we're very lucky to have these documents here. Section 1, Title 1 talks about Congress and its legislative powers. All legislative powers herein granted shall be vested in Congress of the United States, which shall consist of the Senate and the House of Representatives. And in this here, in the Constitution, Article 1, Section 1. So I'm thinking that's pretty darn important article here. When it talks about what Congress has the power to do, Congress has the power to coin money. Well, Congress doesn't do that. Who does that? The Federal Reserve. You know, the Federal Reserve just prints money out of thin air. They do what they want. Our money's not backed by gold. And that's what that is. Fiat empire there. Talks about, you know, when you print paper, worthless paper, you have nothing to back that paper, your economy is going to your economy is just going to explode. It can't sustain itself without being backed by something that's worth true value. And this paper that we use has zero true value. Maybe you can burn it. Maybe you can grind it up and use it as mulch. But yeah, you can't really do anything with this. And anyway, I'm gonna get off that rant there, guys. The president is pretty much just about 100% through being able to knock out whether to declare war or not here. In Congress, right here, legislative powers of Congress says right here to declare war. Well, I know you can't see it because my camera kind of sucks to zoom in, but to declare war. Well, it turns out when we went into the Middle East this last time here, yeah, Congress didn't have a vote on that. Nuts. Freaking nuts. That means the president wants to declare war against anybody because he's pissed off or upset at him. He's going to do it. Before he enter or execution of his office, You know, this is for the president here. He has the same oath. It's written a little different here. I do solemnly swear to affirm that I will faithfully execute the office of President of the United States and will do the best of my ability, preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States. Right there. Right there. So that sucker's gonna lie and do what he wants. You know, I can go off and off. I'm not. Here's another amendment to the Constitution that was done years and years ago, 1791. Actually, December of 1791, in fact. And amendment number 4 here. The right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures shall not be violated. No warrant shall issue, but upon probable cause. Okay, so with this Patriot Act, the president can come and search your house if he thinks you're a terrorist without probable cause. He can imprison you for years and maybe life in other parts of the world. It's nuts. It's just nuts when you look at the Constitution and you look at the Declaration of Independence and you look at these articles and the things that our forefathers have fought for so long, and just falling away, just dissolving. Go over some little quotes here in the back of this Citizens Rule Book. Government is not reason. It is not eloquence. It is force. Like fire, it is a dangerous servant and a fearful master. George Washington said that. Here's another quote. The only thing necessary for evil to triumph is for good men to do nothing. Edmund Burke, 1729 to 1797. Guys, we need to wake up. We need to wake up. Smell the coffee. This is what I do. I'm very proud of what I do. And I took an oath. I took an oath to defend the Constitution. And if you guys don't know what Oath Keepers is, check it out. And sorry to be so serious, but it's 4th of July morning. And today is going to be a totally not serious day from this point forward. Have a great Independence Day, guys.